You know, when we think that we need something, Lord, I need arms and legs, would I be too far out of the realm of unreasonability to say, I don't even know the word, but you know what I'm saying, to say I need arms and legs? It's within reason. It's a legitimate, quote unquote, need. Lord, I need. Lord, I need. You know, we start off by saying, Lord, I want. Lord, I want. Guys, I'm 26, I'm single, and sometimes you wake up, I'm not advertising, but sometimes you wake up and you're singing like, Lord! You're like, I want a wife! And then you feel a little guilty for saying the W word, want, so you say, Lord, I need a wife. Now. Like yesterday, you know? And you realize in life what you think you need. I want to challenge your prayer life tonight. Because I'll tell you, God never makes a mistake. He has a perfection even when he says no or not yet. And I meet these people who've been praying for a physical miracle or something to happen in their life, and it hasn't happened. That's not related to salvation. Let me clarify that. Some prayer, some desire, some quote unquote need that they've been waiting for God to fulfill in their life for 15 years. And they say, I've been praying about it, and God hasn't answered me. I'm like, maybe he has. What if he said no? What if God said no? Would he be enough? How many times do we have to come to church and thank God for what we hope he's going to do? How many times we come to church in hope that a new season, a new breakthrough, when what he's waiting for is obedience with what he's given you, is for praise for what he's done for you, is to honor him with what you have. And when you honor God with what you have, then he will honor you with what he has. Don't seek what he has in his hand. Seek his face, and you will find him on your knees. On your knees, not someone else's knees. You know how many times you have a problem, you call, hey, I'm going through this problem, please pray for me. Well, you pray first. Don't pick up the phone, go to the throne. Hello? When you seek his face and you're obedient, obedience commands blessing. Blessing. The richest blessing of all is not arms and legs. My greatest need of all is not arms and legs. My greatest need of all is forgiveness of my sin. I've lied once, stolen once, cheated once, lusted once, hated somebody once. I've done sin. I am a sinner at least once. I can't stop lusting after a woman or women in my own strength. I can't change the way I think. I can't change the way I see things at times. Without the Holy Spirit, I am nothing. I can't even stop my temper. I can't be more patient on my own strength. I can't do it. I can't be a better husband. I can't be a better father when I am those things. I can't be, without him, anything but me, which is sinful. That's my greatest need, guys. I need to know who I am. I need to know why I'm here. And I need to know where I'm going when I'm not here. And anybody tonight who doesn't believe in Jesus Christ, you tell me a hope apart from Jesus Christ right now, tonight. And if it's an absolute truth, it better work for me. It better work for the dying the patient in a local hospital of terminal cancer. It better work, that absolute truth, for the orphans that I met dying of starvation. And it better work for the 20-year-old in Mumbai, India, who came up to me and said, Nick, I was kidnapped at 10 as a sex slave. I had to have sex 350 times before I was free. My parents found out. They were told by my pimps that I chose to be a sex slave, a prostitute, which is lower than a beggar. So I lost my family, and then I became pregnant, and I took my kid outside of the prostitute ring, and I went on the streets of Mumbai, got raped and beaten up. Then I came back because we needed unlimited food, and the only way that I know how to make money is to have sex with strangers. And then I got pregnant a second time, and that second time, he died, my son died, and now I'm 20, Nick, and I have a child, and I just got infected by HIV/AIDS, and the pimps just found out, and I'm fired of being a prostitute. Give me something real, absolute. After she heard the gospel that night, she came up to me crying. She said, God chose not to heal me. She said, but I know I can still bring one other soul to heaven. Tell me why God doesn't heal all the time. Tell me why. We got on camera. Brian was there. 7 people come up to the front. They pray for a hearing miracle. Partially deaf, fully deaf. And only 3 of the 7 get healed. And God uses a man without arms and legs. And we see miracles. We see blind people seeing, deaf people hearing, lame people walking. We've seen it. But why doesn't God always choose? Because there's no point in being complete on the outside when you're broken on the inside. I don't care what you have on the outside. You cannot get rid of guilt. You cannot get rid of regret. You can have all the alcohol, all the drugs, and all the sex in the world. You can have all the friends and still be alone. You can have all the money and still have a broken heart. Alcohol doesn't drown out ever those haunting memories that paralyze you. You are still chained, arms and legs or not. Talk about disabled. Yeah, that'll hold you back. But in Jesus Christ, we are free of guilt, of sin, of shame, of depression, of addiction. Whatever you go to apart from Christ for pleasure or a coping mechanism, that's your God. I am a new creation. I think differently. I don't go to church on Sunday and then tease and gossip on Monday. I don't judge others because that's not the way that Jesus would be. I am a work in progress. I am under construction. I am not perfect, far from it. But Philippians 1:6 says, being confident of this, he who began a good work in me will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. I know that I am free. And when that truth is there, the truth remains. When God doesn't give you a miracle, what he does not change, he will use. God never wastes a wound. He will never waste your time, because if he wastes your time, he's wasting his. If you're waiting for a missionary opportunity, why should God give you more when you're not faithful with what he's given you now? When you have the fight of lies and truth, there's the truth. The relationship in Jesus Christ, as Josh was saying. Number 1, write down 1, pray. Everybody say pray. Do you know the power of prayer? I'll tell you right now, on the National Day of Prayer in America, I was preaching there. And I said, if the United States of America only knew the power of prayer, you'd never have a National Day of Prayer. It's true. It's amazing. 3 years ago, 10,000 couples, everybody say 10,000. Couples wanted a divorce. They're done, they're through, it's finished. We did everything we could. One pastor said, just give me 40 days. What do you want us to do in 40 days? He said, just give me 40 days, 5 minutes a day, and if you still want a divorce, then go. What do you want us to do for 5 minutes a day? Husband and wife on their knees in prayer out loud together, 5 minutes of prayer for 40 days. 9,999 families and marriages were saved. There's a book coming out on it. My literary agent is releasing it next year. You'll find, I don't know what the title is. I never checked it out. I love the story. You'll find it next year. It's huge, huge.